one was born poor. No one was called to become poor. But poverty is a possibility. Wealth is also a possibility, depending on your approaches to life. There are so many of them out there in the society. Think of the ravaging nature of drugs amongst our youths. Marijuana, Igbo. Think of the one people now take and they behave like mad people. So, salt adds flavor to the food. We have seen that already. The fifth point is salt is naturally quiet. You see salt, it looks very calm, very peaceful, but its presence is always felt anywhere it is added. It is visible to the eyes, but works silently. This should be the vocation of every man who wants to make it in life. We are living in a very noisy society, and I would say also confused society, and people are really wallowing in confusion. If you read 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 4, the Bible says it should be of your inner self, that gentility which is pleasing to God. In fact, Thomas à Kempis, in his book The Imitation of Christ, would say, in a still and silent soul, the Lord speaks to a lowly heart. If you look at many achievers in the world, great scientists, that's why melancholics are good in mathematics, good in physical sciences. Why? Because they're not too noisy. It's like they're always on their quiet, reflecting, thoughtfulness. But what do we see today? You get people with earpiece walking on the road, dancing at the same time while walking on the road. Distractions everywhere. If we must be significant, we must always have some quietude, time on our own. Apart from being quiet, this salt spreads very easily. Put it in water, it dissolves immediately and it spreads. Meaning, your presence must also be felt in a very positive way wherever you locate yourself, amongst your peers, in the church, in the society. In fact, if you are growing up and you don't really ask yourself, what must I contribute to the world to make it a better place? Then you can as well go back to the blues. Because you're supposed to conquer this world and subdue it. That's why if Acts of the Apostles chapter 4 verse 20 would say, we cannot help speaking about what we have heard. In other words, even though you're supposed to be quiet like salt, your presence must be felt positively. And then, other than that, you get the 7th point. Salt is irrepressible. You don't just allow people's opinions to define your personality. People can say that you are short, but you may not be really short, except when you say to yourself that you are short. People can say, oh, you don't know nothing. Yes, they have said it, but what do you say about yourself? You don't just allow people to repress or get you suppress your ideas, get you bury your ideas without standing to the challenges of life. In fact, criticisms from people, be it constructive or destructive, should rather push you up to face the challenges of your existence, of your life, and know that you have a vision and that you're going somewhere. You have to take a decision that you will never give up, whether people want it or not. That's why if you read Isaiah chapter 55 verse 10 to 11, and even Isaiah chapter 43 from verse 1 to 10, look, in 55, 10 to 11, the Bible says, any word that comes out from God's own mouth does not go back. Just as rain falls, it doesn't go back without fulfilling its mission. Your big question is, are you really toeing the path to the fulfillment of your vision, to being significant? No one was born poor. No one was called to become poor. But poverty is a possibility. Wealth is also a possibility, depending on your approaches to life. We take it just this much for today, and we continue again next week. Thank you and God bless you.